and welcome to House Rolls. So,
Greetings, everyone.
would you like to introduce us?
Oh, I wasn't ready, but greetings all, one and all. Thank you for coming to our magical journey we have planned for you. I'm sure you'll be very excited by this magical adventure we have planned for you that I just said about, and I wasn't ready for this. But I think I can use the word magical at least one more time. Magic. Alright, go ahead.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
Michael. And with that, last session, you arrived in Lestrade to play host to a number of tricks. With Devarius' swift return from the Feywild, he brought back a ball of yarn from Meredith as a sort of token, as she had more things to take care of in the realm beside. The yarn became a blood-red yarn golem that offered hints and riddles to guide your way to, well, something. It became very clear early on that something was not quite right about Lestrade. A talking crow, songs targeted at you, terrifying children's dances, and a shady crocodile person all contributed to an off-color ambiance. When a black sludge-like monstrosity began to strike you down, you fought it off. August losing consciousness, while Lucian, Devarius, and the Yarn Golem fought one half of the sludge to destruction. One half remains to be destroyed. But before we get back into that, we're going to kind of zoom out. And this scene is kind of going through a watery film. And as we back away, for the audience at least, and maybe one other person, there is a watery sphere in which you can see all of this happening. Almost like some kind of magical TV screen of sorts, three-dimensional TV screen. The room is rich, a number of goblets and tables, and a number of very interesting individuals, colorful and morbid. There are a couple individuals here that you would recognize, but Meredith. As members of this unseelie banquet sit watching, Lady Sweethall comes over to you. Her strawberry blonde hair, kind of long, dangling almost to the floor, wavy and curly textured, fuller than the average person, although her frame is definitely that of an average human, only about 7 feet tall. A lithe body type. She wears a black boat neck full-length dress that is entirely sheer. There's nothing underneath to really hide any parts of her body, but most importantly, she wears this extravagant headpiece with purple, black, and blue feathers that are kind of messied and distressed, if you will. She has a black veil over her face, and she comes over to you. Your friends are proving quite the, well, shall we say, entertainment for tonight.
I'm glad you're finding them interesting, my dear.
Yes, I do believe that they will be fine additions, and an audience is well earned. I know you've been fighting for this for, well, nearly a year now.
Yes, it's been quite some time, but I'm glad they're at least not disappointing.
Yolanda speaks well of you.
Oh, do she?
Yes. I believe she will be arriving a bit late tonight.
Well, better late than never.
Yes. I do worry for your friends, though. Perhaps you'd like to, step in?
Not yet.
She smiles, her grin stretching across the face, far wider than maybe it should. You have pleased her with this statement, and you have further cemented not a favor, but your favor with her. as you look upon the watery sphere, we dive back into everything.
I imagine various screaming is happening, as this is a very chaotic thing happening.
Devarius.
Flailing.
Devarius is flying, and I'm at least 60 feet away shooting an arrow.
All right, so
And August is on the ground, unconscious, in a red room.
with shadowy arches forming over her. And we do get to Devarius. So, let's see here. What is Devarius going to do? Devarius kind of looks from above and is looking around and goes and finds this kind of corner to nestle down into and says, Lucian, flanks from the other side.
Okay, did he say thanks or
Said
flank?
Flank.
Okay. I'm like, thanks from the other side, and then he disappears. I've been a ghost the entire time!
All right. So he goes over and mutters a few arcane words, and this wall of kind of green, blue, and red fire stretches across, kind of making almost this this not quite a sphere, but like a half circle, kind of walling the black sludge creature in. The creature's gonna make a saving throw. And you guys watch as the flames stretch out and try to wrap around this creature, and it takes some fire damage. The last of the mini sludges, and Devarius pulls back Lucian. It is your turn.
Is this half circle with the sludge facing me, or am I on the other side of the half circle?
Well, the half circle is is open to you. So you can,
Okay.
it's angled in such a way that you can go in and fight without suffering the effects yourself.
Right. I'm gonna stay where I am and shoot it with a bow.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I'm gross, drippy, with black sludge and in pain.
All right, awesome.
Acid hurts. Let me double check. 'Cause I think second wind is a bonus action. Okay, yeah, it is. So I'm gonna use second wind.
Okay.
First. And come on, baby. Give me a 7 plus 6. I'll heal 15. And then I'm going to shoot twice with an arrow.
All right.
There's 1, 22. And I don't know why I'm rolling at advantage, but I shouldn't be. But that was still 22.
22 hits.
And... Oh. Well, it's actually 24. I accidentally did longsword. And a 20.
20.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Excellent. We're at the top of the round, and
13 points of piercing damage. Because
And-
one is the same as longsword.
gotcha. Cool. Noted. And then Devarius, you notice as you kind of look around, there is what looks to be kind of this spiraling gray-green vines coming out of the cracks of a nearby wall around Devarius. At the top of the round, we have the sludge creature who moves towards you, Lucian. Do you recall about how far away you were, or were you just creating distance?
I was about 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. Creature is going to come towards you. It's going to use a double movement and come right up next to you. It's not able to do anything to you this round, other than try to suck you in, which I am going to need a Constitution saving throw. But
Yes. Okay. 13.
13. That is actually a success since it's in its diminished form. So you're able to fight out of it and avoid damage and grappling. So we get to the Iron Golem, who's dead, and we get to Is Lyndon there? Okay. We'll come back.
Here she comes.
Oh, okay. All right. So that brings us to August. You are back in the realm. Change a little music here. So you are surrounded in this area. The creature, the red hooded individual has come up to you, demanding that you accept your power. But after that, you ended up going back to revisit. Nadradon sits there. And scarfing up the woman committed to hunting you. The woods kind of creak and the breeze slows, and Nadradon's mouth is gaping, and you can see the last bit of Avery just disappearing into the dragon's maw. What do you do?
I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on Nadradon.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack.
Oh, that's a good attack. That's a good attack. Hold on. That is a 26
26 is a hit.
on a dragon with a first level spell. That's 20 hit points.
20 hit points.
That's 20 necrotic damage.
Awesome. As you stretch out, the veins of Nadradon's side, kind of just close to your level at his resting pose, almost begin to pop, and the blackness creeps up, and he kind of like groans in kind of this minute amount of pain. Kind of looks towards you.
Yeah, that sounds like about right.
Kind of looks towards you, says, his laugh echoes, just shattering the ground, almost rumbling around you. I waited for you to grow a pair.
Yeah, well, I'm a woman, so that wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, maybe fuck off. That's the message I'm trying to send.
The dragon bellows once more and kind of prepares to strike at you. That...
Yeah. I'm sure I'm dead.
The dragon
like it.
reaches out towards you and
Okay.
tries to tail swipe you. Comes hurtling around, and at the last second, you find that the tail manages to miss you.
Survived one round with an ancient white dragon in my dreams.
Natural 1.
That's probably the only way he wouldn't have hit me.
And with this, you note that a figure kind of materializes beside you. The hooded figure looks toward you. You have chosen your fight.
Can I have more than one?
There will be several of these.
Oh, maybe. That was probably a bad ask.
But it was your ask nonetheless. Remember, blood can be shed in battle, or safeguarded and healed. You, like many of whom you've spent your recent time with, hold greater sway. Claim it. And the figure fades.
Things straightforward.
We rotate back to Devarius, and the vines erupt around him, and this portal kind of cracks open, and out walks another figure. Standing around 9 feet tall, you see an olive-skinned satyr whose animalistic traits resemble those more of a musk ox than a goat. He has golden eyes and is much heftier, barrel-chested, almost kind of warm, actually, in some ways, if a little bit unkempt. His hair and fur are both kind of this dark brown, and he wears kind of thick glasses and walks over to Devarius and says, "Well, I do believe the young prince is ready for your attention." And Devarius kind of looks over to him and says, I'm very busy. There are several things we need to take care of." And Father Ben kind of looks around and looks to you. "Ah, yes, well, perhaps I can be of a bit of assistance." And he, in a trot, runs over to Lucian and begins to chant a circle around you. Do you do anything as he begins to chant around you?
Random person running towards me and starts chanting around. I'm gonna slash at him when it's my turn. I'm like, I'm fighting a sludge
Do you
man.
say anything?
I'm fighting a sludge, trying not to be absorbed, and this person just starts running at me.
Yes.
Right. Ah! I'll be with you in a moment.
He's drawing like these sigils through the air, and this like kind of greenish gold energy begins to vibrate out from him. What is the effect of healing on you?
I don't know for sure. I'm hoping it just doesn't have effect. Give me a second.
Instantly just drops.
It just says additionally necrotic damage heals you. So I guess I can get. That's all it says. It doesn't say anything about normal healing, which is interesting. So yeah, no, just necrotic damage heals me in addition.
That's very interesting. I thought I specified, but if I
You
didn't,
have resistant because deathly resistance, the one I picked. You have resistance to non-magical damage, and you have advantage on death saving throws. Additionally, necrotic damage heals you, but it doesn't say anything about healing magic.
I think
I assumed healing magic hurt me, like in the first edition, and that's what you're going for. But you know.
we're gonna say it has no effect, and I'm gonna double check these mechanics because it is in a document somewhere. So with that,
No effect, so it doesn't hurt me.
but he looks to you and goes, "Well, that's interesting. We'll turn to that in a bit." But that brings us to Devarius. Devarius continues to reach out. He's going to use Everard's Black Tentacles. And you guys watch as the firewall kind of disappears, and instead these tentacles appear where kind of on the edge of where the black slime is, kind of wrapping a bit around. Wow! That is a natural 1 on the slime. It is immune to being restrained, but it still takes the damage. The tentacles kind of writhe up and kind of splatter parts of the black sludge off. A number of trinkets falling out as per usual. And Lucian, that brings us to your turn.
All right. I'm gonna free action just get rid of my bow, so it just goes back into ethereal. And I'm gonna hold out my hands, and and I'll just say run, and I'll cast cause fear on the slime. Signature spell. It is. I think it's signature spell. Let's see. Wisdom save. Let me just double check. And DC 18.
DC 18. That's a natural 19, unfortunately. Is there any effect?
Can I use the reaction to cast a spell?
Reaction to cast Dispel Magic?
No, to cast a spell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can use
Yeah.
your reaction at any time.
I'm gonna use Silvery Barbs to give it disadvantage and re-roll that with.
Alright. Alright, that's only a 14.
Okay, cool. Link cause fear. Construct or Undead are immune to this. The target must succeed Wisdom saving throw or be frightened of you till the end. Frightened target can repeat saving throw at the end of its turn. This effect ends on its turn, ending the at the end of its can repeat it until the end turn thing. So it's frightened condition, which I believe it can't move towards me, or has to
Okay.
move away from me, or something like that.
Okay. Does it make a does it have to move as far away from you as its movement permits on its following turn?
I don't remember
As per the spell?
condition off the top of my head, because it just inflicts the frightened condition. So give me a second. I don't remember. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks on disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while source of fear is in line of sight. Cannot willingly move closer to the source of the fear. Yep. And I'm going to use my movement action and move 30 feet away from it.
Okay.
I know it gets an attack of opportunity, but
It's gonna flail at you. That is gonna be a 13 plus 17 to hit.
17 to hit is meets beats, so yeah.
Oof. That is gonna be 10 acid damage.
Ow. I'm glad I second winded.
Smart.
Oh wait, no, it has disadvantage on attacks on me because it's frightened.
Oh, yeah, I
Yep.
did take a disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you want to cast Silvery Barbs again.
No, I think I'm out of spells at this point.
Okay. All right. So that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, back to the top of the round. The creature is it does not have to move away. It just can't move towards you, correct?
Yes.
It just kind of stares at you and kind of shifts its attention over to Devarius and begins walking over there. Is unable to attack. Devarius does have to make a save though. Succeeds though, so it doesn't take damage. So that bodes well. And then we get back to August. So back to your own little combat. What would you like to do next?
Okay. So while August was talking, kind of took stock of her situation right now. She gonna die. So she's gonna take a different tack. So she's going to try talking.
Okay.
Walking a little bit closer. You must know that. Let me start over. Okay.
I can see you're a bit nervous.
Shut up. I'm talking to an ancient white dragon. Shut up. Now that I've got your attention, you must know that I'm not from here. I'm not the August you know. So...
Really?
Do you see an earring? Not yours there anymore?
You cast aside my gifts. and call
Oh.
attention to it.
Oh, darling, that's not what's going on here. You see, in my time, you're dead.
Ooh, make a deception check.
All right. Pink die.
Hey, you can have my con inspiration for this episode.
Come on, pink die.
Give me that con
Yeah,
inspiration.
yeah,
I'll
alright.
take it.
I called
Ooh.
it before the roll. I did.
Come
He
on,
did.
pink
He
die.
did.
Let's go, story tell. Okay.
Okay. Okay, much better.
The breath of
Whew.
air she took.
26.
26.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
He leans towards you. Oh, really? And he opens up his maw, crunches down upon you, and you close your eyes, bracing for impact. And nothing happens. Upon opening your eyes, you see Avery. Not in full corporeal form, but in almost a shadow of herself. She looks lost, confused, and the land is back to that kind of red hellscape. What do you do?
All right. So I'm taking he didn't buy that.
Avery stands up and looks at you, confused, and there is no hate or malice or even recognition. Where am I?
Really know where we are.
I've been stuck like this for quite some time. What's that? And she leans over and looks behind you. And we'll
If
shift
this is
back.
a trick.
And we'll shift back to Devarius.
Run over and stab you in the back as soon as you look.
Exactly.
So,
Honestly, when the guy stepped through the portal, I just wanted you to say, and stepping through the portal is Tim Curry.
oh god.
Yeah, why couldn't he use
Yeah.
the Tim Curry voice for the
Yeah.
satyr?
Oh, okay.
Y'all can't do that because I can't be any more attracted to the satyr. Don't do
Oh,
that.
that's very nice. Oh, sorry,
You
that's
can't do
rather
that.
nice.
Can't do that.
Oh, you know.
My god. Okay. So back to Devarius' turns. Devarius's turn. Let's see here. He is going to he's going to move away first. He's sad because he can't, all of his spells are stationary AoE and they are not helping much. So he's going to step away. And he's going to cast Fireball. And unleashes the fireball towards this black sludge. It explodes on impact, fiery bits melting pieces and bits of the black sludge apart. It even splatters, and you guys watch as the fire dies down, that the black sludge in these various puddles begins to come alive a little bit. Its last separation. And that brings us to Lucian. What do you do?
Okay. How many of the little ones are there? Just 2?
There's 4.
There's 4
They're all extremely small, though.
and weak.
Perhaps.
All right. I'm gonna bow, and I'm going to fire twice, and then I'm gonna action surge. I don't get a second bonus action with action surge, right?
No, just an action.
Dang it. All right, so I will fire 4 arrows
All
at this.
right.
I'd shoot one and see if it like killed it. Yeah. So I gotta call beforehand. We'll do 2 in one, 2 in the other. Right. All right. Longbow.
Give me. Okay.
11.
That misses, unfortunately.
20.
The one you shoot the 20 at, the black splatters a bit and sinks into the ground.
Okay. We'll shoot another one. 25.
Second one. Yep, hits.
All right. We'll just go another one more. 20.
A third one splats. The last one just kind of sits there. The frightened effect no longer really having an effect, but it's no longer much of a threat. So it's going to come towards you kind of slurping, and it begins to kind of like assume the form of a figure you know too well. Fingers stretch out, and a vaguely feminine form is taken with what little sludge is left. The hair erupts out, and though it's only one color, you can't deny the resemblance to a Mavis Reed as the face takes form. Falaban looks towards the sludge and goes, "Well, that's a nasty curse right there." And it is unable to attack you. We get back to August. Avery looks behind you, and you can feel almost like a greenish light radiating on your back.
Look.
As you look, you find that there's red cloth kind of in your way. And before you know it, you've realized you're holding the staff with a lantern on the end of it that the cloaked figure was wearing before.
Holding it.
Yes, and it's in your hands. The red hood is getting in the way of your vision, and you kind of swipe it aside, and you see what looks to be some kind of gateway. And a young male half-elf This is the half-elf that you took the life of, standing in the doorway.
Back at Avery.
Is that you? Ivari? And the figure in the doorway kind of waves. And Avery walks and falls to the ground. Ah! In pain. Her foot almost dismembered, hanging by like a thread of sinew.
I will go over and try to support her in walking and help her back up.
You do so. She accepts the help. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
Okay, that's 14.
It seems very clear to you that Avery does not see you. And as you support her, she begins to kind of step, leaning heavily on you, walking towards the archway.
support her on her walk there.
She reaches as the hand of Davari reaches out, his face clearer than ever. And behind him, you can see what looks to be this pristine hunting lands, if you will. The land is rife with animals, flora, and fauna, and it is beautiful. Avery looks to you as she grabs her brother's hand. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
That this had to happen.
Well, with any luck, I'll be reunited with my parents. Not just my brother. I can't quite see your face, but what name can I think? Who?
Death?
Of course. Thank you, Death. She walks through. The portal inches closed. And the red vanishes around. The staff no longer there. The red cloak gone. And you can see this shadowy image as you're facing the sky, which is hopelessly dark. You're looking around and you can see one tiny little sludge statue of Mavis Reed. What would you like to do?
You know, I could try to inflict wounds.
Okay. And actually, why don't we have August and Lucian do a combo attack here? So,
Okay.
you both attack at the same time. What do? Spotlight.
I was gonna go over and step on it because it's a small little blob. So that's what I was gonna do.
All right.
I'm just gonna, yeah, I'll just run up and punt it, you know, because I did promise at least one person I was gonna punt them last session. So I think some punting needs to be done. So I'll believe that's technically an unarmed attack.
It is.
It's in the
So-
air, I'll hit it with inflict wounds.
9 plus 3, so 12.
That actually does hit. The 11, it's a 12 AC. You kick the sludge, which kind of like splatters a bit over your boots, but does end up flying through the air. August, you reach out. What was your attack?
22.
22. As it hits your hand, the crackling necrotic energy and the gold speckles kind of wash over it and just evaporate it on impact.
Oh. Is there anything else trying to kill me right now? I'll look around.
Caliban looks to be talking with Devarius very briefly, who...
I'm just gonna start falling over. Oh fuck. Just fall over. And just collapse to the ground. I'm just laying there. I'll like roll my head kind of to where August is at. Are you alive?
At the moment,
Try not to fall asleep next time. I died almost twice.
No, that's definitely what I was doing on purpose. You didn't want to fight, so I just took some sleepy tea.
Tea. That's a new one. I've never seen you drink tea. Well, at least not recently. It's just been booze.
Yeah.
Even warmed up booze, like in a teacup, maybe.
Well, here's Toll the Dead. 13 healing.
Just reaches out and just shut up, heal.
Falaban seems to finish the conversation, and Nefarious comes over to you both. Says, it looks like my duties draw me elsewhere. I have a favor to repay. But first, and he pulls out a piece of parchment and hands it to Lucian. Says, This is a schematic. It's from Magnus Flynn. I was only able to get halfway through deciphering it. And hands over another piece of paper that serves as kind of a guide. Says it is a complex arcane sigil, and is required to open your family crypt.
Oh.
There's one more element. You have your physical key. This is a mental key. And then the spiritual key is with Algenstride.
Who the fuck is that?
It's one of my mentors. As a kid. And also, she's my family, so extra. It's just a crypt.
Says, well, it was a pleasure meeting you all, and I will see you later.
Great meeting you all as well.
Kind walks back in. Perhaps I will see Meredith. And kind of vanishes into the portal before Falaban. Falaban looks towards all of you and says, you all were quite difficult to find.
Wait, hold on.
Don't believe that at all.
Are you a god?
Dear gods, no.
Okay, continue talking.
Yep.
Kind of looks to you with this puzzled expression. It's very puzzled professor.
We leave like a path of destruction in our wake, so I don't know how you couldn't find us. It'd be harder not to run into us at this point.
Do you have any idea what place you're in?
Lestron?
Lestron. That's the word. We're just laying on the ground.
Yeah, we're both laying on the ground.
Just not getting up. Lestron.
You're in you're not in Lestron. I'm not exactly sure. This is Neverwhere. It's
Never were?
yes. It's a
What a
fragmented
fucking
realm.
thing.
Hold on. It's inside what?
It's a fragmented part of reality that doesn't truly exist.
Wait, so the people here don't exist, is what you're saying?
Yes. Although I'm sure they would have something different to say about it.
Okay. I glance around for any innocent bystanders.
Make a perception check.
Oh,
7? Dang.
You don't see anyone. You do, however, see this magnificent mansion, which just kind of stretches across the way, and it looks to be extremely old and rickety. The iron fence is like warped, and you can hear from inside a dramatic voice saying, "Where is my morose couch?"
Ah, so
Wait,
no one
so-
here's real.
Any encounter we've had with people we might have known wasn't real?
Well, not in the traditional sense. Like it's
Like, so if I met somebody I knew, and they got me kicked out of a bar like an hour ago, we've never been in Lestron.
Well, you aren't now. I don't know when you traveled here.
How do we get out?
Everyone has funny ways of, working these things about. Although I would say that fountain looks particularly fishy. Points over to the fountain where you, rescued Eleonora from.
And almost died.
In this fountain. Because I will not have this pun.
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, are there fish in this fountain? Because I will not have this pun.
Are you physically walking over to check it out?
I lift my head slightly.
There are no fish that you can see.
Okay. Hey, Lucian.
What?
There's 14 more points of healing. I can keep them coming until Cal tells me I have to stop. Because now this cantrip is broken.
Wait, this is a Wait, what is this?
Told the dead it's necrotic.
Oh my
damage, so
god!
it heals them.
Yeah,
Oh.
healing definitely does not work on you. Yeah, that is definitely... I don't know why that isn't written in there, but it should be.
Okay. Healing doesn't work or healing damages. You gotta make up your mind though.
Healing... I think healing damages.
I like the part where it didn't. Let's go back to that.
You shouldn't have
Okay, so
asked.
I have a necromancy cantrip that does necrotic damage, and he heals from necrotic damage.
You can take your time and refill that health bar.
But I'm also like resistant to necrotic damage, which is, I guess,
know
it
what
doesn't matter.
No, you're not resistant to necrotic damage if you took the blood boon you took.
Okay.
All right, there's 6. There's
Right.
11. Oh wait, no,
Right.
that's actually 14. There's 12.
Right.
Oh. 15.
Thanks. I'm assuming I'll get to full health.
13.
Right. Goat man. Is there anything
Yes.
else you need?
No, I just wanted to make sure you all were faring well. I hear you are friends of
Hey.
Meredith.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Your
Sure.
rumors have been going around. We hit it off a while back, and it's just... A friend of my friend is my friend.
Are you just friends? She's getting a bit of a reputation. And you seem extremely fond.
Oh yes, well, she was quite agreeable to my studies, and I believe I'm very excited about a bit of events happening amongst the Fae. There have been some omens, good omens. Very exciting. Her shadow gave birth. It was a whole event.
What? I don't want to know.
Did it have sex with another shadow?
All right. Actually, that's a good question.
Is it shadow on shadow? Was it your shadow? Who's the shadow daddy?
And all the villagers be saying, "Who the baby daddy?"
I believe the term would be immaculate birth.
So pregnant on its own.
Well, yes, it took some rituals, but there was no sex or anything like that.
So it took.
Is the shadow telling you that?
A shadow having sex. How ridiculous.
It took rituals into itself and gave birth. That sounds like sex to me.
It's not quite sex, not in the traditional sense. Believe me, I'm quite experienced.
Yes, I'm sure the Fae are very experienced in the sex.
Yeah, in the sex.
In the sex.
Yes, very, very experienced. Well, if there
I'm
are no more questions.
Yes, I'm kind of done with this conversation.
Wait,
Farewell.
no, now I want to know if we see Meredith. Is there going to be like a baby shadow as well?
Oh, no,
Just
no,
attached?
no. No, the Prince Shadow is going to be well taken care of by Devarius and I, truly.
What? Prince Shadow.
Yes, of course. Has to be a
So
prince before the king.
Wait, is Meredith's shadow Queen Shadow then?
I suppose by a certain kind of logic.
So, wait, Queen Shadow gave birth to Prince Shadow, who will become King Shadow, and there is no king?
There's no king now.
But there will be.
She's the Queen Regent Shadow.
Perhaps, yes. Perhaps that is why I'm quite fond of her.
Isn't?
Good for her.
But wouldn't the prince immediately become the king?
Well, it's just a baby. That's why she's Queen Regent.
The Shadow is.
Yes.
Then what's Meredith doing? It's just, I hold a shadow? That's the queen of the realm.
I would assume that Meredith, if you look at it this way, Queen Camilio has a shadow. So Meredith is probably like Queen Camilio's shadow. She's just the shadow of royalty.
Right.
But the
and
opposite.
Since I am in her covenhood, in one way or another.
Oh, you are in a coven.
Excuse me. My shadow. Oh wait, I don't have a shadow.
How exciting! Oh, I didn't know
You
that.
don't even have a fucking shadow. See,
I haven't.
You don't even get to engage in this conversation about Regency of Shadows.
It has been. First of all, it has been eons since I've seen a mortal be part of a coven.
Excuse me, sir. I'm a mothering vampire. I've killed a lot of people to get that title, and I deserve to be called such.
Oh, would you look at the time? I really must be going. I'm so sorry to have bothered you. Nice fangs. And me and Sked walk over towards the portal.
And a witch, apparently. So I'm a vamp witch.
Enjoy your sisterhood.
That just sounds lame.
He walks through the portal.
Right, I'm gonna go eat that noise. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the house and consume a person.
Okay.
Healed you.
So?
You don't need to eat people.
It's not a real person. That was clarified.
You don't need to, though. You're healthy.
I have certain urges that must be fulfilled.
Ew.
That's not what I meant.
Fuck is Eleonora right now?
What is the
Oh, you're looking for Elinari? Yeah, Eleonora is actually not here. And I did find out why she's not there. So she is not there at the present moment. In fact, neither is Gwendolyn, neither is Amethyst, so.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. I'll look around. Wait, hold on. We just rescued Eleonora. Where is she? Hold on. I'm gonna, pause. And, tap my fingers on something. Because now I have a decision. Find Eleonora, or eat the person who is making annoying sounds.
Can we just get out of this place? Let's go to the fishy fountain.
But, it's just past the fountain. I could just walk up the hill, satiate my hunger, really quick.
You don't know what's up there.
It's someone talking about rosé couches. First of all, why would you have a rosé couch? Just
it's a morose couch.
Morose? What's morose?
It's like a sadness. but fancier. Like a grief. Like a...
It's
You
their
need to read more
sad-
books.
It's their sad couch?
Yes.
So they're
presumably.
depressed. Of course they'll welcome me with open arms. I'll start walking that way.
No, we're getting out of here. We're getting
Oh.
leaving.
Please. I'm so hungry.
We are... Hopefully Eleonora is real and we're getting out of here.
Oh.
Or she's not real. Is Eleonora real?
Don't. Oh. Oh.
How long have I been in this dream?
I'm gonna look down at my pants. I hope she's real.
Understand.
What? You understand what?
No, I don't understand what that look was for.
Oh, it's fine. You see, my dear sister, when a man and a woman love each other very much,
We
I can
pan
assure
away
you
from-
I know where this conversation goes.
We pan away from this conversation and Sweet
Why don't I
Hall.
tell you about when a woman and a woman love each other very much? How about that? That's probably news to you.
actually, yes, you did tell me that while we were both drunk, and you just kind of dropped that bomb out of nowhere.
Well, that's probably the only way it was going to happen.
Because you were drunk?
Because I was drunk, yes.
You're mostly drunk all the time.
Something on the tea.
What?
And
Uh,
we
in-
all cope in our own ways. I have not judged you for the way that you cope.
Yeah, well, I'd appreciate it if you ate a vegetable every now and then, because then your blood wouldn't taste like booze.
Bloody Marys come with celery.
I
so-
do. Right. Maybe I want a Bloody Mary blood of your blood. Maybe I want
My
that.
blood!
Yeah, when you give me your blood on occasion. You don't remember? You've given me
No,
blood.
I
at least
have
3
done
times.
that. I have done that, but out of
Like 3 times.
absolute necessity.
And I appreciated it, but it was also basically booze. And I wasn't just blood drunk. I was actually also drunk off your blood, double drunk.
You're welcome.
I didn't say I wanted it.
Well, then don't drink my blood.
I didn't drink your blood. You gave me your blood.
And you took the offer. I'm not seeing what the problem is.
I just.
You get your bloodlust filled or whatever that is,
It's
and you
not-
get drunk at the same time.
Listen, I'm just concerned about you, and I'd prefer if you were a little healthier.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're all gonna die in a week anyways.
That's depressing, but I already did that.
Well, we're gonna definitely die forever when we go up against the Baron, if we make it that far. So,
Fine, it's fine.
I don't need to worry about old age at this point.
I'm sure it's fine. We've had several gods offer us power in the last 2 days.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
and we've said no.
Here's the thing: if they offered once, they're going to offer again.
Are you sure? Because we keep saying no.
Yeah, and then they keep approaching us. We've had 3 in the last 2 days.
Keep saying no.
Yeah, sorry. I like my soul. I don't know what my soul's like right now because I died once.
So we're either going to do it without them,
Yep.
or we need to sell our soul. We need to pick which one we're doing.
Listen, I could sell my soul and then nothing matters and I become as bloodthirsty and evil as the Baron. Or I can be this me.
I've already taken over the title of bloodthirsty and evil as the Baron. Thank you very much.
What?
So you can't have that one.
How are you bloodthirsty and evil?
Well, I did sacrifice 12 people to Nadradon in exchange for my own life. And then, I did steal from somebody who gave me shelter, so that was not nice. And then I did cut this girl's ankle so that Nadrodon would eat her, even though she was just trying to kill me because I killed her brother.
Hmm. Huh. Well,
Which is fair, honestly.
we all
when I
fall
think
into.
about
Listen, we all fall into bad crowds sometimes.
I don't think anyone has had a city destroyed in their name. You know,
I think
Valanos is
several
gone.
people throughout history have had its city destroyed because they ordered it. You're not alone in the endeavor. Plus, once we get famous anyway, people just see us as famous and forgive us of all our sins, and that's how that happens.
Famous. I'm not even like a warlord. I'm just somebody who's a fucking idiot who's trying to keep herself alive. So she just ends up destroying whole cities and killing tons of people to save my own skin.
Okay. So, when I assume dukedom or destroy everything, one or the other, I could give you a title or something.
Oh, good. Then I could be the next Bloody Baron. How about that?
Grand Poobah, August.
Maybe you're not.
I'll be the next Baron von Bathory.
Yeah?
I've got about as many fucking kills as he has at this point.
I highly doubt that.
I don't know how many people were in Valanost.
Oh.
Oh, and it also attacked Lestron. Apparently twice or more. And it tried to attack Camelot. I don't know if anybody died in that.
Mm-hmm.
So
you keep blaming this on yourself, but the dragon made the choice to kill people. It has nothing to do with you.
I am connected.
Were.
Right, but it's, I'm the one who caused it, right? I decided to ally myself and be like, oh, I'll be your willing servant. Here's human sacrifices. I really think I've beaten the Baron's numbers at this point.
I don't think so. He massacred. It was a whole war. He massacred a rebellion and several other things. Like, he became the Bloody Baron long before any. And yeah.
At this point,
Also, you're not as deranged.
Sweetheart, hold on. At this point, Sweetheart leans over to you, Meredith, and says, "Oh, this is quite juicy. Perhaps you'd like to go grab him before the rest of the court understands exactly what they can do with these two."
I just nod.
I'd claim your property quickly.
I will go and get them.
You walk up to the sphere and kind of reach through. To the chagrin of some of the Unseelie members here, you hear a number of groans. Oh.
I look at all of them as I do it. And just with a raised eyebrow and kind of well-known thought of these are mine.
As you scan the crowd, people go quiet, not necessarily out of reverence. You're new. But they're quiet nonetheless. They've had their fill of entertainment. At the drink station, you see that one of the three people that you've been a little hesitant to know, the middle-aged Yaga, looks towards you with disgust. Her chiseled cheekbones and pixie cut telling you the exact kind of woman she is. And she will cut you. She will destroy you when she gets the chance. Just with her eyes. But for now, she's not contributing to the scene. You reach your hand through and begin to feel a slight tug. Do you give in?
I give in.
Okay. You feel yourself pulled and rushed through the water. And as you guys are talking, you guys watch as a finger pulls onto the edge of the fountain. And Meredith, would you like to describe any
Yes.
changes
Yes.
as you pull yourself out of the water?
Yeah. As you see a familiar hand. But now it is much more scarred. And as Meredith comes through, appears before you, you see that at the moment, what first catches your eyes is the blood red ball gown, off shouldered, that almost looks like, kind of look like lace, but at very clear distinction, you see that it almost looks like thorns and vines wrap around the arms. You see that the bodice is a very deep, low cut, showing her full extravagance of the tattoos. And you do notice the tattoo is not new per se, but you do notice the numerous different scars, almost can look like stitching, kind of haphazardly healed. You see that her hair again is much more voluminous, but it is up and it is wrapped around the thorns and her crown of thorns and bones wrapped around, almost very messy like, but still extravagant. And the bodice, the dress of the skirt, you see that the skirt pulls around her. The color goes from a bright, vibrant red down to a blood red, and it gets darker as you get closer to what you assume to be her mid thigh, because her whole legs are scored by this voluminous skirt, and you see that it just seems to blend in with the shadows of the area where your mind can't comprehend where it ends and where it begins. And she looks at you. That took longer than expected.
Where have you been?
Getting you what you need. And before you speak any more secrets, I suggest you follow.
Where'd you get that dress?
It's a mixture of I made it and also my mother.
I was
So
gonna ask for one, but she hates me.
So the puppet thing.
Yes, the creature you so aptly named Yawn Fucker. By the way, I love the name.
Her. Not me.
It was a little bit of a fucker.
And it fits right well with this party. That was mine.
Meredith, do you know what's real and what's not right now? Because we're not even sure if we should be looking for Eleonora around here.
Do I know if Eleonora is safe?
Yes. If you check your private chat, you have some messages there.
Okay.
Do we have to go right now?
Not eating people.
Lucian, I promise a feast. Now come.
You know, as a vampire, most things turn to ash in my mouth.
And you don't think I know that? The
Maybe they'll
task
have
be
blood
done.
fountains.
Thieves tribute trade for passage to the place of Fae. And I kind of like extend my hand.
Wait, no, wait.
Hold on. We're going to the place we specifically told a god that we weren't going.
Do you want this alliance or not.
Alliance, I don't want to ally with Faye.
What alliance are we talking about?
The kingdom of Camelot and Lestrange.
Yes.
Oh, yes. That's why we're here.
Then come.
Well, are you taking us into the Feywild? I don't want to go there. I just want to go to the normal place.
Because any place we go will be normal.
I want to go to the regular realm, the normal plane, the plane that we're from, the not ethereal, not Fey, not nothing plane. The
I will take you there.
does it require a detour through the Feywild?
Of course it does.
I will definitely say, here,
Let-
you do not want to be here.
Listen, let's just go and stay for as little as possible.
We told a god no.
Listen,
I'm not a god.
listen.
I don't know that.
I
But
know.
why do you
Wait,
think
I'm
so
gonna
highly
connect
of me?
Coven chat really quick. I need to check she's real.
The Coven chat works, although you note that Dorian is
No.
very much not there. Well, actually, Meredith, do you allow the Coven chat?
Oi,
I see him looking at me.
See,
I know
God.
the look that he's giving me.
I'm
And I
brain
unlock.
powering. Oi,
Stop that face. You look like you're
I'm
having
in the
a
head.
bowel
I'm
movement.
gonna keep saying oi until I get a response in the head. Oi,
What?
did you say that out loud?
Say it in my head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's real.
Doesn't mean she's not a god. Gods can talk in your head too,
Wait,
which
I've
I'm
got an
assuming is
idea.
what you were doing because you have the same look on your face whenever you do it.
She opened herself up, right?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Cool. I'm gonna skim her memories really quick. I'm gonna see if she's a god.
Ah!
Do I allow that? Is there like a
No,
one-way
you opened it.
call?
You turned it
You know
on.
what? I'll let you can roll and well, let's see
I'll
contesting
roll.
checks. Let's see contesting checks. Although yours will be at disadvantage, Meredith, because remember Coven stuff is like it it makes it hard. So yeah, this would be an insight at advantage, I think, Lucian, and then
Ah.
Would it be like a wisdom save?
yeah,
beat a
wisdom
natural
save.
20. Yeah, go ahead and beat a natural
Well,
20.
if I can beat a 23, maybe. Let's
Yeah.
see.
Well, yeah, but you got disadvantage, so you have to roll
Ah, shit, with the 20.
2. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep,
Ah, so close.
no.
Oh, with a 24. The second row.
Disadvantage. Oops.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Oh, a 24 and a 20, basically.
Alright, quick skim. I'm checking to see if
Okay.
she became a god recently, so whatever extra bits I get, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah. So you got a natural 20, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
You skim through the memories and you see the same satyr that came and visited you, visiting with Meredith. It looks that they spent maybe a month, a little bit longer together by face standards, and that indeed there is a weird kind of block where like even Meredith maybe doesn't want to remember the shadow giving birth, that you don't see that happen. But you do hear lots of talk of the last king of shadows that last resurrected the Grey Fae court, and that there's a like renaissance amongst the Fae that is starting. After that, you also get a little bit of you actually get a little bit earlier in her journey to the Feywild, and you see a centaur queen essentially, and this really kind of gloomy live like grassland place where Meredith seemed to be very well received by its people, created something of a relationship with this centaur, and was handed what looks to be almost like an astral chart made with like the very grasses that the land is made of and a couple of beads throughout it, charting some kind of thing. You're not sure what it charts, but you see that being given.
When you say
Yeah.
relationship with the horse, just a normal
With the
relationship,
horse, you make me
right?
so sick.
It's just a normal relationship. You didn't, screw
No,
a
but
horse, right?
nobody fucked the horse. Dear God, no. But you do.
You said how you phrased how they had the
Oh
relationship.
my god.
Implied
But you
something.
do
No,
see-
purely professional.
purely professional, but you do
Yeah.
see a couple of times where they seem to be locked in battle.
Oh. What type of battle?
You shut the hell up.
All right. So, those are the kind of the glimpses of memory you get.
All right, August. She's not a god.
Insight check.
Okay.
Is he just trying to be reassuring?
Insight.
Meredith looks at the camera like she's on The Office, but she's looking at the fake court. Like,
Yes.
That's a 20 insight.
I'm not lying to you. And I'm very truthful and very sure. Listen, I just scanned her entire memories over the past, 2 months? Something like that? You probably didn't want me to do that, though. But I did, and she's not a god. So,
Are you going to take us through the Feywild?
If you want this alliance, then come.
didn't answer the question.
Quite frankly, I don't have enough information about what you're trying to propose here.
An alliance that has already been set in motion.
August, leap of faith. They said blood fountain.
August. And
You had 2 gods already.
I did what?
look at
I
August.
think- I think a little bit of questioning is in order.
Or we could just go.
Didn't you say that with the gods then?
You did not let me eat that person.
August, you hear Meredith, her voice somewhat like near the wind that kind of blows by you. Only you can hear it. And she says, I brought you back. Why would I cause you any more harm? There is absolutely no reason that will allow you to come to harm.
Just want to go back to the regular world.
And you will very soon.
How about you
Much
two go to the
quicker.
Feywild?
You do not want to be here.
I don't want to be here. I want to go back to the normal place.
Then you must pass through this.
Well, how did I get here without passing through it?
This was all just a fucked up game.
As soon as you ask that question, anyone can make a check to see what exactly happened and how you got here.
Bet it was drugs.
What
That
kind
maybe
of
Arcana?
check?
Arcana probably is most effective.
It was that mushroom man, I tell you.
Would I have advantage or no?
Damn, I love this.
No,
pink guy.
regular.
11.
Ooh, 5.
16.
August.
And I'm not proficient.
As you're reflecting, something in you, perhaps the kind of newfound necrotic nature that you have, felt something weird going on. It was kind of like one of those back of the head off things that typically doesn't register in the moment. But looking back, you think about the bone motor, the bone fuel source, and the energy that that created. And you think about the fact that Neverwhere is kind of almost like a dead place. And suspect that those bones might have contributed to a little bit of realm hopping. Or the magic of that device, at least.
It means Snitch and the entire crew is stuck here. That's awesome.
We don't want them stuck here. They're supposed to take us other places.
And so it was born. The Pirates of Neverwhere.
Supposed to take us to other places.
They're supposed to take us to Lestron. We paid them a lot of money, and they failed to do that.
But you know, at least if they're here, there is a changeling who can look like Sophiathan. So Snitch has all he needs.
I'm taking requests today.
I can look like whoever you want me to, honey. Everyone drinks.
So,
Threats
Right.
to offer if we die. So
Wait. What'd you say?
I was mostly talking to myself.
Can you make a promise, Meredith?
hmm,
What?
That-
No trust between coven mates.
Because we're,
Covenant.
because we're coven mates, that's why I'm asking for a promise.
Then what is it?
We will not be harmed to the best of your ability while journeying through that place we must go.
I promise. Lucian, you are my coven.
Not
I won't
part of the coven.
allow any
Yeah.
harm.
She
But
just
you-
promised both of us.
You are as close as one can be without a coven. You are his.
We're not even blood related.
Sometimes the bonds that ties you are stronger than blood. Now, please come.
So I'll be safe as well.
Yes.
That's what she promised. And if she's dealing with them, it's dangerous to break a promise.
Yeah,
Very,
sure.
almost deadly.
Just don't like putting my life in someone else's hands.
Listen, if you die, she dies. Actually, if you get injured, she dies, right?
That doesn't really help me if I'm dead.
But if you're not dead, she can still die, so
Well, then how would we get out of the Feywild?
we walk.
You do what you do best. Survive.
Drink? Oh, yeah, survive.
And annoy.
Only been drinking for like 2 months.
Yes,
And
you have
funny
been,
enough,
you have been
it-
drinking for 2 months, yes.
it's since you came back into my life.
Hmm.
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 I start walking.
What about the
listening to
fountain? The
the
big
fountain.
satyr said that it was fishy.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's where the portal would be.
yeah, the portal is there, and then just to expedite the process, you have to toss the thieves' tribute.
Coin. Mhm.
Yeah, into the.
The coin. Toss it.
Oh, from the alligator? Toss it into the fountain.
Yeah, that was way more fucked up than anything I've seen here before.
The alligator?
Yeah, Lestrong, I mean, not wherever we currently are.
Wherever we are.
You toss it in the water, and rippling before you, you can see a little bit of an extravagant room, which once you step through, I'll give a little bit more detail of.
I'll step through first.
Ladies first. I'll smile.
No. No.
Fine, and I'll go through.
I will go after Lucian.
One by one, you each drop through the portal. And you all come kind of face first, or arms first, rather, almost like parting your way, and you feel the air hit dry hands first, and then arms as you guys kind of pull through this watery veil. And before you, you all see a grand room that stretches out in this octagonal shape. There's a short stage that sits at the front, hosting several massively adorned chairs. The cushions, tablecloths, and curtains are in kind of this marbled purple and red velvet. The windows beyond the curtains project translucent images, behind which you can see an overcast sky with green and purple light peeking through the clouds. There's a table with extravagant goblets and 3 feminine figures serving up whatever drink is offered. Each of them appears to be a different age. There are small displays with taxidermied creatures placed around, the most obvious of which is a stuffed wing unicorn. A large sphere of a still water suspends at the center of the room where you previously just exited. And the most dynamic figure is that Lady Sweethall, whom I described earlier. And next to her, you see several other people you know, Elenara and Gwendolyn. Now that you all are here, there are a number of figures around the room, which I can give a little bit of a description of, but what would you all like to do at the present moment?
Kiss my fiance.
Okay. Describe how you do so.
Carefully. I'm like, oh, you're safe. Kiss.
Okay. You walk over. It does take a few yards of space to do so. You grab her and kiss her, and
Wait, first I'm gonna get really close to her, and then I'm gonna poke her, and then I'll kiss her and say, "Oh, you're safe." I have to make sure you're not on Lucian.
Very well. Yes, I'm here, Lucian. You go and you kiss her quickly and
Insight check.
go for it.
Okay. Natural 20.
Natural 1. It is Elenara.
Okay, cool. Alright. Wait, why were you rolling against me?
Because it's fun. It creates tension.
Okay, yeah, natural 20, and like, I had rolled like a 2, and you rolled against me. I'm like, it's not Elenara. Honestly, we gotta get out of here.
She kisses you back, although there's a little bit more hesitancy than you're used to. Definitely just being in a room full of people. Lady Sweethall, with her orange, her strawberry blonde hair down to her ankles, comes over in her sheer dress. Well, it's such a pleasure to meet all of you.
Insight check.
Go for it.
This is gonna keep happening. I'm super suspicious of this entire place. 13.
Seems to be telling the truth. She's real fucking hard to read.
I'm gonna put on the court face, porcelain doll face that I'm used to. Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, such a shift. She holds out her hand delicately.
I'll proceed. It's only proper. Kiss.
It'll do. And you. And she goes over to August and also holds out her hand daintily.
Do the normal thing that August would do at courts and try to be as invisible as possible. And not really know what to do or how to respond because she's never been on the other end of this encounter. You know, she's not usually the one kissing hands.
Yep.
Alright.
So what do you do with the hand? Do you do anything?
Shake it.
She goes,
Perhaps we can dispense with formalities for now, my lady.
But this is no formality. August, my dearie, I am most interested in you, and I don't know if I'm your type, but I would appreciate it if you would indeed kiss my hand.
Now August feels like she's in a trap where she's like, am I making a fey deal if I kiss this person's hand?
Can I insight check this?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna come
Yeah,
in
go for it.
really quick, and I'm like, did I just screw up? I'll just say, did I just screw up?
Did you just make a fey deal or like
17
give fealty to
insight.
her?
Yes, did I just-
There's no hidden ruling here that says that they are going to be entering into any sort of like deal here. There's no deal made. There's nothing like, you know, spelled out.
Jesus.
She is you know, you
She's trying to
understand.
make August uncomfortable is what she's trying to do.
There's a little bit of a power play here, but you
Mhm.
also know that, like, at least in your experience, all Fae, they all, you know, there aren't really any like heavily gendered expectations or
Mhm.
expressions. So like it feels weird and odd, but like it's really not that odd. And like there have been
Yeah.
times where Sweetheart has been like, "Let me invite you to my bed," and that's like the greeting. So
Mhm.
this is actually fairly mild.
Lucian, you hear it in your head. No, she just really likes August. August is pretty attractive.
This lady's not facing me, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna eye August, and I'm just gonna go. Like, I can't help you. Kiss the hand.
Sorry, I'm usually on the other end of this encounter.
I look at August. Do Whispering Wind again. And says, don't be afraid. She's just into you.
Oh, that does not help
That
August.
does not
She
help.
She looks
I
way
know.
more mortified than she did before.
Little voice in my head just said that she's into me.
Kiss. Just place a gentle kiss on her hand.
I'm gonna like
August,
do a half bow, like trying to demonstrate what you do, and just
I try to do what I see Lucian showing me behind the back.
like
And-
slight, yeah.
Very stiffly just try to get through this moment as fast as possible.
Meredith is holding back a chuckle. She is finding this so fucking funny.
I'm gonna say shut up in my head to you. Knock it off.
As soon as you kiss her hand, she says, "How delicate." And then she grabs your hand and kisses yours in return.
I'm gonna do like a little thumbs up, like at the waist kind of thing towards her, like good job. Got it.
And she pulls you close to her sheer, like, layered body. Is like, "I would like to dance with you."
Couldn't hear you.
Mute it. I love
You're
it because it works.
speechless.
It just works. Just talking, but nothing comes out.
You're speechless. That is an effect I have on mortals. And she, like, delicately places her hand on your shoulder.
Oh, I don't know how to dance.
Is that a deception check?
Yes.
Get it.
Oh no.
It's the
that
lesbian
is
energy. You just
that
can't
is
have
a 13.
lesbians can't flirt.
No,
She
they
says,
can't.
she said,
Especially August.
she takes her hand on your shoulder and moves it to your scapula and says, "That's fine. I shall lead us. Seeing as you're more accustomed to this role."
Yeah, no, her next objection was she didn't know how to lead, but that's out of the window.
My lady, my sister is somewhat exhausted. Perhaps I could fill in.
That's fine. Perhaps after a little rest. We do have some interesting deals to make up. I'll give you a bit of time to go about and make your rounds. There are several interesting and powerful individuals you may want to convince that we are making a good decision in allying ourselves with Camelot. Meredith has done much of the legwork for you over the last nearly year or so.
Meredith. Head. What?
I block it.
So I just get like a ping or something that's just like it didn't work. Cut yourself off.
Kind of like you think out loud, but it doesn't even feel like it connected. It's almost like it gets lost.
Must side eye you.
I don't look at him.
Okay.
At this point, Sweet Hall turns to all of you. I must invite you to another person, which would be very interesting for you all to meet. My love. And she looks over her shoulder and overwalks kind of a watery, dripping figure who's got this pink, scaly, almost head shape here, where normally there would be hair, but instead there are almost like tendrils, like underwater seaweed, just discolored. She wears garments of shells and fabric that falls almost like water. She says, "This here is Queen Marilyn. I believe you all have met once before."
I'm gonna rack my brain. History check, I guess. I have
Yeah.
no idea.
You can make a history check.
Do I? I've met them.
Yes,
believe.
yeah. You've met them.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14.
Queen Merlin was at the table when all hell broke loose, and Mavis Reed and Varen. Yeah, she was there.
Okay. Yes, under more stressful circumstances, I'm afraid.
Queen Merlin looks to you. Yes, of course. It is nice to meet those of us on the same side. I assume they have been briefed about the dangerous situation we are in.
Unfortunately, Your Grace, we are in the dark.
Well, there were a number of things burned, records stricken, when the Baron became, well, the Baron von Bathory. One of these items was that the land Huguenot currently stands on was actually conquered. A number of native tribes used to live there. And I have recently discovered that the land is entrenched with ancestral influence. And they are not pleased with how the land has been used. And there is a disaster that will strike upon us if we do not handle the problem very soon. We are looking at a catastrophic event, almost like our own private cataclysm. And the problem is indeed the Baron. And the bone hag he has taken for his mistress. It is my understanding you all wish to dispose of the Baron.
I have claim to that land, as well as a personal grudge.
And the two of you?
Let me say my sister and I share a similar resolve. As for...
It does not do for men to speak in place of women. I would have this lady speak for herself.
He speaks for me.
And you? She turns to Meredith.
Meredith looks at her. My attention is more so on Mavis Reed. Bitter bad blood between family.
Very interesting. Be watchful, for you show signs of taking on ancient rites that she did, mutating her very fae-like energy. Do not become her.
I am my own.
Good. It appears my interests are aligned. Lady Sweetheart, I am appeased. And Lady Sweetheart looks over, and there is a professional coldness between the two of them. And Sweetheart says, "Yes, of course. I'm glad." She smiles at all of you.
I give her another smile in return. Do I know the specific relationship between them?
You've heard rumors. Go ahead and give me a check, like a history maybe or an insight. Up to you.
Do insight.
Okay.
Ooh, that's that net one. All those net 20s.
Ooh,
It's falling the other way
they're
now.
paying back.
They're coming back.
You swear you've heard this rumor like 4 or 5 times, and it's just not coming to you. It's
Yeah.
the worst.
It's more so, I'm just ready to get this over with.
So, if you guys have nothing else to say to Queen Merlin or to Lady Sweetheart, there are a number of individuals around the room. The most obvious of which is Yolanda, who is a centaur queen. Let me pull up description real quick. She has this cool toned ebony skin and has dark scarlet hair that's kind of kept short, almost in that pixie cut, maybe a little bit longer. The way she directs her dark honey green eyes betrays her wild intelligence and keen awareness. She wears a practical combination of barding and plate armor in more golden toned colors, which is kind of odd. She is the only one really in the room wearing nearly as much metal as she is. Aside from her, you see the 3 figures, all very witch-looking of sorts, kind of huddled around what looks to be a table of drinks. You see a number of goblets and some pitchers that they seem to be pouring with malicious grins to the guests that visit by. Seems like everybody seems to have had a drink from one of the 3 of them. You also see behind them in this kind of little corner, there looks to be a really young, very fine-featured girl, maybe only like age 3 or 4, with long blonde hair just kind of cascading and like resting in her lap. She looks to be kind of brushing it and playing with it. You also see that there is let's see here. Where is it? Oh, you also see what looks to be a more masculine figure in the corner, completely obscured, really, in a number of shady hoods. The skin that does poke out near the eyes is pale white. His eyes are completely black, and there's looked to be a couple of knives at his side. Otherwise, there are kind of these red vines that stretch across his body. These are kind of the people who look to be hosting more power in this party, but there are a number of people here. Would anybody like to approach anyone?
Meredith will look at Lucian and use the common thoughts. Follow me for a second.
In a moment, and I'll go to August.
August is looking for the nearest door to approach.
Let's be like, all right.
I would just like to be out of this situation. I don't even. Are we in the Feywild or are we in Lestron? Because I don't know.
I have no idea, but apparently it has something to do with Lestron. So, I'm gonna mingle a bit, see what I can find out. It looks like you have some sort of sway here.
No, I don't.
You have something.
I would like to leave.
If you'd like to use it, do so. If not, I'll find you later.
That sounds good. I would like to lay down somewhere else, not here. Also, I'm sweaty and I'm wearing these clothes. And also, I'm kind of badly hurt.
See if I can get this taken care of. I'll be right back. I'll think to Meredith.
Mm.
We need to take care of August. She's hurt and needs to be tended to.
All right.
Standing only based on the fear that I feel if I fall.
She thinks back. I will speak to Lady Sweetheart about making sure she's comfortable. And not in that way. I can see it. I look at his face. I can sense the brain. I know what his thoughts are going to.
Yeah, don't.
Not
Okay.
that way. Roll my eyes. But I will start heading over to Yolanda.
Okay. You begin to head over to Yolanda. She greets you with a well-intentioned smile, as war-hardened as it is. Well, hello, friend.
Nice to see you again,
It is such a pleasure,
as always.
as always.
I will. Please indulge me. I'd like to introduce a coven member of mine. Sir Lucian, Duke of Calvin.
The covens are not what I participate in, but I am deeply interested in making your acquaintance. And she keenly notices your fangs, or her eyes dart to your mouth, rather.
Oh, I went with you? Okay.
Oh, you were.
Okay.
My bad.
Sure.
You were.
I went with her. I'll be right back, August.
And she reaches down. Her you know, nails cut super short, very practical, kind of worn hands down to you, and like just kind of touch you, like begin to kind of like touch your head, almost like inspecting parts of your like upper body. Strong. Warrior like.
Just porcelain face.
Interesting. This one, there is an echo of history here. Can't
What is
quite
she-
put my finger on it.
What is she touching when she says that?
Mainly, like honestly, your ears and like she's not touching your mouth, but like that's where attention has focused on this whole time is your mouth.
Okay.
And she withdraws her touch.
A pleasure. A slight bow.
This one is polite. He does not stand up for himself.
Nope, I didn't break face. No, I did not break face. I wanted to.
He stands up for himself when he needs to. You don't let anyone talk back down to him.
I assume you...
Yes.
I assume the philosophy that it is better to remain silent than to open your mouth and prove that you were a fool.
Those who are silent never get their way.
That may be true, but sometimes actions are much more effective than words. And I'll break slightly for a bit of a glare, but then return to porcelain.
Yes. Yes, there is shadow and fire behind those eyes. I look forward to seeing more of it.
I'm sure you will, should the time come.
Meredith, may I duel your plaything?
I'm gonna side-eye Meredith really quick. Like,
Not
we're talking
really.
about this.
Not really my plaything.
Oh.
But he is
Okay,
quite
cool. Glad we confirmed that.
So you're saying he
renowned
is
warrior.
free to take?
No, he is my covenant. But if you want to test his strength, I'm pretty sure he can prove up to the challenge.
Make a persuasion check.
Alright.
And take it at an advantage.
Okay.
Lucian gave just enough attitude that
Yeah.
she's already positively, you know,
Whoop, not this time.
positive relationship with you.
6.
We shall save the duel for another time.
If you're concerned about her promise, if I accept willingly, it wouldn't apply. That would be
Good to
a
know.
reckless endangerment of my own self. So don't satiate or hold back your hunger for her sake.
I kind of smile at Ushin.
I'm gonna kill a horse.
I am pleased with this one. We'd love to meet your other coven mate someday.
I don't know if that one would be too your liking.
Unfortunate.
Truly.
Meredith, did you have anything you wish to discuss? You have my court support, as you know.
Yes. But please excuse me. I'll be right back.
Of course.
I want you to meet more with Lucian. Lucian can speak.
Wait,
And I
are
kinda
you
nod.
leaving me with the horse, or are you taking me with you?
No, I'm leaving you with the horse. I'm leaving you with Yolanda.
All right.
I stabbed the
Mm.
horse. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna go over to Lady Sweet Hall.
Okay.
Because I gotta make sure August is taken care of.
Yeah, Lady Sweethall has now taken Gwendolyn and inserted Gwendolyn into the conversation and says, "Well, I've always wanted to meet, well, the Augustine that Gwendolyn always spoke of."
Looking at Gwendolyn. I'm kind of just like, I hate you. But, yes. Unfortunately, today's activities kind of tuckered her out.
She shows great, interesting capabilities.
Yes.
And I would be very wary of, well, that rumor getting about. Mortals who walk both the paths of life and death are very sought after, particularly amongst the unseelie. Keep
Thank
an
you for the
eye.
advice. Is there somewhere where she can recover?
Perhaps I shall show her. And in front of the whole room, she steps and says, "August von Bathory, I would be very happy to show you to a place of retirement, rest. Would you like to join me?"
August was like at a door trying to get out.
All eyes on you now.
Looks back. Everyone's looking at you.
I look over, wide-eyed. I'm gonna think to Meredith, what the hell did you just do?
She needs
Could-
to rest.
Find my way by myself. Thank you. Don't want to impose.
I'll go
Oh.
over to August.
Okay.
Stand by her. Come just look at Lady Sweet Hall. Not challenging or nothing. More so just basically knowing that this woman is shy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I am her wingman at this point.
She's also like got a sheen of sweat right now.
Yeah, so
Like,
I'm
from
gonna
nerves
stand
Oh.
bleeding out.
next to her as kind of like a chaperone, what someone would do.
Yeah. Okay, so you go over next to August, and Sweethall says, her face, like, kind of slightly over dramatically drops in disappointment. And she points to the door, saying, "It's open now for you."
And your nice rug. Because of all the blood.
There are many tools of respite in there.
Not because I was going to piss myself. Bye!
Enjoy!
I just walk out with August to make sure she's okay.
The very first thing you notice as you walk out this door is that the wall is set up with, like, various different playthings, rope, whips.
I want to take you to my bedroom.
And so this is like, it's kind of the foyer. if you will, to the next part of this constructed building. And yeah, so you just see that all first, and then it stretches out into a hall where there are a number of different rooms.
Meredith pinches the bridge of her nose.
This doesn't seem like a place where I will be well rested.
Meredith is speechless. Like, she doesn't know what the fuck to say. August, I guess when you see her in
Just, like,
this
keep
moment,
walking.
the moment outside, you do see like a sense of like kind of tiredness with her.
Are we in Lestron or the Feywild? I can't tell.
Do I know if we're in Lestron or the
This is like the Feywild Lestron, essentially. This is the mirror of Lestron
yeah.
in the
So
Feywild.
the answer is yes.
Yes. Literally she says yes.
How long do we have to be here?
Not very long. Probably a night. And then we'll
Good.
go the moment everything is done.
I'll sleep through it all.
And I kind of, now that I'm looking at August, because I never really checked on her about the whole undead thing. After bringing her the fuck back, I
Oh,
never really checked, like, what the fuck. It's the first time she done it.
This is the first time you say, "What did I done do?"
Basically.
It's been like 3 weeks.
Meredith has a lot. It was the queen, okay?
hey, you know
She had
what?
a lot of shit going on.
It was the queen, and then Meredith had like a year and has had a lot of time to think, you know?
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
grow up
I
a
don't
bit.
actually know what August is. I should probably do that next time I get the chance.
Yeah. You know, when you actually grow up and mature a bit.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
but-
Okay.
Meredith do start walking and says to she speaks hush. Because she don't know who is listening. August. I noticed that since you were brought back, apparently you've been different, according to Lucian. I'll be first to admit that I was more so responsible in bringing you back. And I haven't spoken with you or explained things. And can I kind of like, does August have a shadow? Or no?
August?
Presumably.
Yeah, August does have a shadow. Yep.
Does have a shadow. Can I get a sense of any of like the energy around her?
Yeah, make an Arcana check probably. You can do so with advantage,
Okay.
seeing as you kind of like made her in a sort of way.
Yeah. We're not rolling too well, guys.
Yikes.
9. We're not rolling too well. I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm tired.
Other
Meredith is tired.
other than just a wisp of necrotic energy that you're not used to mortals having, that's all you can really pick up on.
Yeah. The ritual to bring you back. It was my first time actually bringing a soul back from the dead.
Thing.
What'd you say? You cut out for a bit.
I imagine it's not a common thing.
Not on mine aspect. I'm usually the one that takes the life. And I am still walking, trying to find like just a room just not filled with like BDSM shit. Like just a simple room.
You keep walking down, and you open the first door. Within, there appears to be this extravagant room that looks to be almost grown into existence. It's like a hollowed out tree, and the bed itself, the frame is like part of the ground, and the bed looks to be made of like this silken green, like almost leaf fabric, if you will. A number of bits and bobs are around the room, although primarily it is just an ornate room with a bed.
As I open the door, I look in. I will promise that I will help you figure out exactly what this magic, what my magic has done. And unfortunately, it's not much of a... It may be too late, or to be honest, you were part of a deal. But now that I've seen the way that Lucian cares for you, and has seen glimpses of the pain and the anger that follows you, I do admire you. You're stronger than what I find most mortals. I want you to accept and show that strength that I see. You're a dangerous woman. Embrace it.
Well, I know that. At least when I had a dragon friend with me. But
Speaking of which, that ocarina, do you think he gave that to you, this dragon?
I don't know, he's probably found some other playthings. It's not that hard. Ancient white dragon, I'm sure he's got plenty.
Yes. Beings like that tend to have a lot. I will make this visit to this realm as short as I possibly can.
That'd be nice.
Rest well, August.
I will if this damn thing has a lock on the door.
I look. Do it has a lock on the door? I'm just like, open the door.
Yeah. So once you go, you both go inside, and I presume you just close the door to check out the doorknob.
Yeah.
As soon as you close the door, it locks, and you look towards the doorknob, and it's a handle, but there is like what looks to be this carved, curvy, almost mermaid in the handle.
Interesting.
Well, you said you wanted it locked, so... And the handle kind of springs a little bit to life.
Like that? I don't like that.
Oh, I can shut up. I can shut up if you like.
Well, now I know that you're alive. Well, that doesn't help. I know you're alive and you talk and you see things.
No, I'm not. I actually don't see much. Just here.
I'm not dead.
This does not help. Is everything alive in here?
I feel like going for a walk.
Well, I mean, it depends on your definition of alive.
The scene from Shrek 2 with the fairy godmother, and she starts bringing everything to life. Starts singing.
I would like to leave this room.
Open the door. Please.
Aw, it's been so long since I've had a good conversation.
I don't want a conversation with anything or anyone
Well, you're having it with me right now.
against
Open
my
the
will.
door.
Eldest.
Do I have to?
Yes.
I saw you make the noise, but none of us heard it. And it
I
was
know, but
really
that's just
funny.
even funnier. Like, it's just.
It's like,
I knew what it was.
This giant long raspberry, and then just the door pulls open. Enjoy!
Do all the doorknobs talk? Because I don't know if I could just handle that.
They all
And that's
talk,
not
and
meant
I'm
to
the
be a pun.
nicest one.
most annoying one.
Maybe I'll just sit out in the hallway. You know, it's wood. They can clean up the blood.
It is your choice. But I would prefer that you actually get a good night's rest.
I don't really sleep anymore anyways. I just kind of lay there. I'll just sit out here. It'll be fine. Go back and do your Fae courting thing. Not courting other people. Fae court thing. Not the verb courting.
No. Not today. And
I mean, if that's what you're doing, that's fine too. You're Fae, they're Fae. It's fine.
Good night.
Yep, bye.
And I head back to the party.
As you make your way back into the party, the hall opens up before you. But August, as you kind of sit there, one of the other doors nearby kind of opens. No noises, but inside it looks like this beautiful starry night is what makes up the ceiling. And then there's kind of this like really large, almost circular window behind the bed frame.
Anything in here sentient?
You don't hear any noise back.
Does anyone talk?
Nothing.
I'll go into that room.
Okay. As you go in, nothing, everything seems very normal. Nothing is, nothing's really weird except for as you approach the bed, the cover's kind of like
I'm looking at the
lilt
doorknob.
over. Oh, you look at the doorknob? The doorknob appears to be just like a regular old handle. There's a dragon carved into it, but it's like a really bad looking dragon. Like it's like
You
this was
lied.
this is the budget room almost. Or the budget doorknob. Dragon doesn't seem to respond.
At least it's not talking back.
You get to a little bit of sleep. And we rotate to the courtroom. So, Lucian, with Yolanda, Meredith leaves you. She just kind of stares at you, waiting for you to speak.
May I introduce my fiance, Eleonora, Princess of Camelot, and I'll gesture back in the manner of summons to my fiance.
Yeah.
Help! I need help.
She
Basically.
she like kind of comes over from talking with Gwendolyn. Which you notice that in the short time somehow Sweet Hall has completely disappeared. And you come over to you.
Window.
And Eleanor comes over and says, "Oh, and who is this?"
I'm sorry. What did you say their name was again? Like
Yolanda.
intonation.
Yolanda, yeah.
With formal title, what was it?
Oh, just Yolanda the
Centaur Queen, right?
Yeah, I think it's just the Centaur Queen. Let me double check on what her title is though.
Like the title was introduced to me. I don't know her as just Yolanda.
No, Meredith introduced
She
her.
yeah,
Okay.
she is a Centaur Queen.
All right.
Yeah.
May I introduce Yolanda, the Queen of the Centaurs. And this is my beautiful fiance, Eleonora of Camelot. Princess.
Eleonora holds her hand up and like used to making the first gesture is like, wait, what do I do? We're both women. Confused as well. And then Yolanda kind of takes her hand and like stoops down and kisses it. Kind of returns it back to her. Yes, well, it is a pleasure to meet you, I suppose. Of Camelot.
Yes.
So the alliance we shall be making will be with the queen who is your mother. Eleanor kind of nods simply. Yolanda turns to you again, Lucian.
I thought it's best to introduce my fiance, as I figured you may also take a liking to her in a similar way you have to myself.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do see. She has your fangs. Nearly identical. How very interesting. I was once friends with many vampires.
And what became of them?
Don't know. Haven't not checked in recently.
Perchance you would grace us with some of their names. Maybe we know each other.
Let's see here. There's Palin. Who else was there? Clarice. Ah, yes. Do you believe I knew a Vilcus?
Ah, crap. Ugh, that's what I was afraid of.
Hmm.
Ah. Well, if it's not too irritating to you, I
Wait.
am no Vilcus. In fact, he sired me.
I was about to say, I knew those fangs.
And then I killed him.
Huh. Funny culture the vampires have.
It seems to be so. Culture of shadow and betrayal. Not one I'm quite used to.
And yet, there's something else familiar about you. You have Vilcus cheekbones. and eyebrows.
Now, that's an interesting observation.
Yes. I wonder if he is indeed that vain.
Are you perchance suggesting that my appearance could be altered just by being sired?
Oh, not at all. That is not how vampirism, as I am aware, works. It is interesting that you share some of the similar features, though. Beyond just your fangs. You know what's funny about teeth? Is that, despite how useful they are easily cracked. Have you ever gotten stomped on?
I wouldn't say anyone was successful in doing so.
Mm. One stomp on your teeth, chip, gone.
Hmm.
All of
Well,
that power.
the thing is with chipped teeth, they're rather sharp.
Hmm. But would they function as normal? I assume it would be akin to castrating a vampire.
Hmm.
We do that with some of our males.
Sometimes function does not require form.
Hmm. You're most engaging to have conversation with. Although I tire of your properness. Perhaps you wish to speak a bit more bluntly.
Look to the left. Look to the right. Not in this circumstance.
Unfortunate, I do like stirring up trouble. Well, if
Well,
there's naught but to talk about.
if you wanted to start, smirk,
Hmm.
throw a punch. Just throw a punch. Come on. There's like, I didn't say that out loud. This is what I want. I just want her to throw a punch. Like, we feel this tension. There's like a hate boner going on between us. Like, yeah.
I mean, it
I don't know if
happened
I can say it
between
on
Meredith.
YouTube, actually. Bleep that out, editor. Thanks.
She looks to you curiously, eyes drilling into you as Meredith walks back into the room.
I'll kind of put my chin out a little bit. Just, come on. Come on.
She
walk
brings
in
up her
and I
hand. Yeah, what do you do, Meredith?
I just kind of, because Meredith kind of did the same thing. I kind of just walk over and look at Eleonora and says, because the Centaur Queen is, listen, she a boss bitch. That's why. Look at Eleonora and says, I'm glad you have met the Centaur Queen.
I'm so sorry. Hold on. Ah!
Technical
These old
difficulty.
earbuds. I'm so
I hate
sorry.
earbuds. I hate earbuds. They're so weird going in there. Like, pause. Like, we're
You
children.
need to get new ones. Okay.
That. Yeah. She looks at Eleonora and just says, Lady Eleonora, nice to see you.
Huh. Yes, of course. It's nice to see you too. And she kind of like parts away from Yolanda and Lucian because that's where she kind of was, and pulls
Yeah.
over to you. Do you have something to say? Should we be expanding our connections here?
Yes, definitely. Yolanda's already a good choice. I have already smoothed some things over with her. And I kind of look at Lucian and Yolanda, and I just
Mhm.
grin. Duel might be a little something to give her a little bit more entertainment.
Mm.
She likes the strong.
Understood.
That's why she hangs out in Lustron.
Can I kill him?
Interesting.
And I look to the other two figures in that circle. Do I know them, by the way?
Yeah, well, yeah, the three serving the various different concoctions in the goblets are definitely the Baba Yaga. You know, just by description and rumors, you've heard that that's who they are. Um, then the other figure is one you actually haven't heard of. Quite possibly, uh, quite possibly new to the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Not unlike yourself, honestly.
Yeah. Because Baba Yaga is definitely the one that Meredith has been like not so tiptoeing, but cautiously being around because she knows she doesn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't know why, but knows that that's dangerous territory. That is not an ally to go seeking with, but you don't want to snub a fae in general. So, Eleonora will point out that Baba Yaga. She will say, unfortunately, she is not on. We're not on her list of favorite people.
Could we convince her otherwise?
I would just say, at most, just respect and fear, but not to engage. Respectful distance.
All right. I don't like the sound of that. I would rather know my enemy, but I'll take your advice here. You definitely know more than I.
It's okay to at least speak, but not to introduce yourself. Politeness. But nothing more than that. Just one of the hags that I'm not very fond of,
Mm.
per se. And I thought my mother was bad.
Understood.
I look towards the newcomer. I haven't spoken much with them, but I think we can definitely introduce ourselves to them. And Lady Sweet Hall, of course, is a good choice as well. If she gets a little flirty, don't worry about it.
Fae customs. Understood. I think.
It's more nothing so rigid as in your kingdom.
Good to know. And she kind of like looks across and like begins to walk over to the Baba Yaga. And you see a brief conversation and an exchange of drinks.
I'm watching.
She,
And I'm just watching to make sure. I'm interested to see how Baba Yaga is sizing Eleanor. Because I'm wondering, I know that the disgust was pointed towards me, but I want to know if it's disgust pointed to her as well.
Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay.
She goes over, and the youngest of the three figures, young Yaga, kind of tends to her and graces her with a generous scoop of what looks like some kind of like herbal loose leaf tea in like this deep indigo color.
Okay. 18 insight.
They are fucking hard to read. As best as you can tell, none of them seem to be treating her any differently than anyone else here other than you.
Okay. All right. As long as she's good. As long as they're not trying to like openly hostile.
Yep.
Like they kind of with me. And I kind of more of a surveillance. Keeping her in my eye.
Yeah.
And if she needs like, if it seems like she's kind of like flustering or anything, I go over. But I do return back to Lucian and Yolanda.
I do want to say, as you look around, you see an individual who seems to be pointing at Lucian, and they have this kind of like they have this non-fleshy white skin, like almost like the suspended reality, slightly luminescent. There are like black cracks across it. It almost looks more like a mask than it looks like an actual face. And you know this to be the true form of many changelings, each one a little different. If you want, you can try to zero in on what he is saying, but
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Perception. Can I please? These are all the stuff I'm really good at. 15.
As you go around, you hear them say that man, pointing towards Lucian, killed my daughter.
Oh, he found out! Oh no!
So just be considerate with how you vote towards Hall's suggestions. Just kind of begins to make his way around.
I kind of I walk over to Yolanda, and I see this like interaction between them, and I kind of look at Yolanda, gonna give her this look, and I speak. I think a little demonstration of power will be quite fun.
I'll look at you. How interesting for you to suggest such a thing.
Oh, you sound so low.
Sorry. How interesting for you to suggest such a thing. I'm gonna sneak into your mind and be like, what's up?
Acceptable.
Why?
This company is already working against you. Prove that you are strong.
I'll look around.
Prove that that you are something to be feared. At
Who is
least
it?
something.
Why'd you tell me?
Why is he looking around? What? You know, like when you tell someone don't look and they do it anyway?
Yeah. Looking around. Looking around. Do I see anybody I recognize?
No, you don't.
Dang it.
Because you've never seen Valentino in his changeling form.
In his true form.
I say, apparently, you killed someone's daughter.
Yes. And I've only met him once. Is he here? He's not supposed to know that. How does he know?
I don't know.
Can I fight him? Can I kill him?
No, you cannot kill him.
But if I challenge him to a duel, I can kill him, right?
How would I know about spilling blood other than like spilling blood is fine, but not like outright killing.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This individual is not of any nobility that you are aware of.
Okay.
If it were against someone like Yolanda or Lady Schweethall, it would be very, very dangerous because as soon as the duel ended, it's like it's like being on a reality television show, right?
Mhm.
So as soon as you put yourself in that spotlight, everybody either hates or loves you. So if that would be the situation with one of these like archfey that are in power, and most people would hate you. With somebody who is not, of power, at least that you are aware of, and you could be unaware of powers. I mean, you only knew of a few, but you knew of the most powerful, and that's where you put your time towards. It would be far less polarizing to issue some kind of fight against them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, the unseelie, anything goes for the most part, which also means that the fight will get dirty.
Yeah.
If you go that route.
Yeah. So not to fight him per se, because we don't really know what the fuck going on with him.
Yeah, you don't know. Well, you don't know his capacities unless you want to go investigating around.
Yeah. So it's more so, at least with Yolanda, she's like, let's have fun. Let's have some fun. So that's more of a welcoming duel than someone like he just going up and challenging. No, you cannot fight him. We don't know much about him yet.
Fine.
But Yolanda's interested.
So
She likes to test strength.
So how would I issue the challenge then? To prove my strength in this circumstance?
Well, when I did it, of course, she demolished me, but I held my own.
So I just, issue a challenge out loud or something?
You can just tell her that you accept just a duel and to clarify on the rules.
Wouldn't it be... It's supposed to be a spectacle, so wouldn't it be an announcement to the court?
As you guys are kind of talking over, Lady Schweethall kind of inserts herself into the conversation, is like, so sorry I left for a bit. I needed to make sure that, well, August's accommodations were best agreeable.
Thank you for that, Lady Schweethall.
It was a see-through mirror, the window's fake.
I'll say that. Thank you for accommodating her. I'm most grateful.
Be careful where you use that language. You did say thank you.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, you
I was
did.
like, what did I say? Rip. She's tired.
She's been working hard, honey.
She's been working hard for the money.
Lady Sweethall, I was thinking about a spectacle for everyone's enjoyment. How might one issue a challenge in this court?
Challenge?
Except one.
Well, there are several. could always do a classic duel. However, you're far more... Tell me, is the goal of this spectacle to entertain or to win hearts?
I look between
Let's
Lucian and
say-
Yolanda.
Personal satisfaction.
Personal satisfaction. Well, in that case, you need to issue whatever challenge you would like to issue. That is an area where I cannot help because your satisfaction is not something I know, although is open to learning.
Well, perhaps it would be to sway hearts then.
Sway hearts. That would be a battle of truths.
A battle of truths.
Yes, one must expose oneself, both physically and emotionally.
And how would a battle of truths be fought?
Well, first you would get rid of your clothes. And your opponent would do so as well. And you would declare ugly, ugly truths. And whoever had the ugliest truth would be dawned a winner.
And then... afterwards, what then?
Well, you would have many offers for an evening with several of the unseelie, I'm sure, should you win, or scorned for eternity, should you lose.
Alright, pause. Really quick. Out of character. So basically, this is a challenge to see who's the most screwed up. And if you win, people love you?
Yep!
How fucked up are you?
Got it.
How fucked
It is
up
the
are
unseelie.
you?
Alright, I got it.
I
Cool.
think the Von Bathory's can win.
Yes.
The whole,
Yeah.
you guys, Family Feud style.
Got it.
Oh yeah, just have the
Von
whole
Bathory.
Von Bathory family there.
I mean, I'm looking.
Good
I'm
answer.
immediately
Good
thinking
answer.
to a certain like abridged series, and they're just like, who can is this exact situation? They're like, I can do this, and he's just like, I play with human dolls. I play with human lives.
She will. Meredith also kind of will kind of whisper to Lady Sweetheart as well. I don't think I had met them, and I kind of nudged to like the changeling that was like making his rounds, making their rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that figure?
And you're talking to Sweethall, right?
Yes.
Okay. That would be Valentino. He became interested in our court quite recently. Not, well, not as new as you are, but he's been engaged in his own research.
I'd like to turn to the Centaur Queen.
Okay.
And says, Your Grace, a challenge I would like to have with you, but not at this time. I have a more pressing issue.
What a pity. I wish you luck, though.
Thank you. I challenge Valentino the Changeling to a battle of truths.
I kind of just I'm assuming Meredith had like a glass of like whatever wine she had, and I told you not to challenge. I just,
No, this is a better option because I was going to kill him. So
but if you lose, you will be scorned forever.
yeah, okay, I'm gonna lose. Yeah, you don't know my backstory. Let's see how this guy is.
All right. You issue the challenge, and the whole room kind of looks over very like nonchalantly. No one's really stopped talking, but then you finish the sentence and you say, Battle of Truths. And everybody looks towards Valentino. And Valentino looks to you. I accept.
Flings clothes.
God, just
No,
get
I'm
naked.
kidding.
Just get naked.
The watery sphere in the middle, Sweethall waves a finger over it, and the room begins to morph. The water begins to evaporate, almost into a mist, and the octagonal shape shifts into something a little bit more of like an amphitheater shape. And the stage at the front, the chairs begin to sprout legs and just walk off of the stage. You have before you 2 podiums that you can each step up to. They
Like
almost
a podium I step up to, or like a podium that like covers my front.
that you step up to. So
Okay.
you guys are on platforms raised up for all to see.
Cool.
And that is where we'll take a break.
Mm-hmm.
See you all soon. And we're back. So,
Welcome back to the Thunderdome, where it's about to go down.
all right. So,
Thunderdome.
as the pedestals stand for you and Valentino, he begins to strip off his garments. And assumes his position.
Mine are all pull away, so.
Oh, God.
Why would you say that,
Oh,
Kyle? Why would you
I'm
say that,
kidding.
Kyle? He strips off his clothes and assumes the position. Excuse me?
Sorry.
Excuse me?
All right. Lucian
Was
takes
not
off
my
his
intention.
clothes,
It's fine.
revealing
Oh.
hundreds upon hundreds of scars and cuts all over his body, and
Hmm.
stands in his slim but muscular physique exposed on the pedestal.
All right.
And Meredith is just watching all this, just sipping her wine. This is about to go down.
Sweethall enters the center of the room and says, "We have a challenge, a battle of truths between these 2 individuals. The challenger shall go first, followed by the challenged, and then the challenger will have a second round to see if perhaps they can add on more truths. And as you all know, you all, the democracy that we are, will decide who wins." Are you both ready? She turns to you. Valentino nods.
I nod.
All right.
I would just like to say, before we begin, Valentino, I have nothing against you, and that time we met in the bar, I was completely truthful to you. I did not divulge certain information. That is true. But I will not stand for you sullying this court against me. That is all I have to say, Your Grace. I am ready to begin.
She nods to you and kind of gestures towards everybody looking on. You have everyone's attention.
Valentino, your daughter was my sister and the person I've shared the closest bond with my entire life. I murdered her in cold blood while she was acting but nothing of a puppet. I was distraught, but secretly I was satisfied.
Sweet Hall nods to you and gestures towards Valentino, to which he states, my mate of many, many years tried to kill me, and so I killed her out of self-defense. Our daughter was adopted by a human supremacist who charged this one to kill her, and he did in her 14th year of life. Now I am meant to suffer his insolence as he vies for your allyship, as he flaunts his own mate, asking us to violate years of the status quo and slide down the slippery slope that is relieving our independence. Sweet Hall nods to Valentino, nods back to you.
You speak what you think is truth, but allow me to illuminate more about myself. I have been skinned and flayed alive 562 times, to the point where I begged for death, but then eventually became fond of such. In fact, I dream that one day I might again have this body peeled, as I might enjoy coming so close to death again.
Sweet Hall looks to the room, and you can see these nasty grins come across several of the unseelie you stand before. Sweet Hall says, it is now time for you all to cast judgment upon who displayed the greatest strength.
Is that all, Your Grace? I have more that I'm willing to share, should the court like to hear it.
Give me a charisma check with advantage.
Cool. Is charisma check like persuasion? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, whichever one you think makes it. I feel like performance, actually. This is definitely a performance check.
Oh, with advantage.
17.
Sweet Hall walks up to you, slowly. The whole room eyes on the two of you. And she gets within an inch of your ear and says, Save it for your sweet nothings. Save it for those who would have you tonight. You will be quite the desired having a secret. Sometimes the best is left unsaid.
Very well.
However, I will say that did affect how people respond to you. And as you look out at the crowd, she says, "You may now come and cast your marks." And they all come up and kind of make a line. To which there is what looks to be almost like a stone tablet right in front of each of your pedestals. And each individual comes up and kind of takes a hammer to a chisel, and chips part of it off and cracks it. And out of that crack spurts a little bit of blood. One for you, one for Valentino. 6 for you, 3 for Valentino. 9 and 4. Till eventually everyone in the room has made their way. And you have won. Your stone is nearly cracked entirely down to the side. Blood trickles from your pedestal, coloring this almost staircase-like effect right before you. It is no question of who won. And Valentino casts his head down, looks over to you and says, "I hope you're happy." And then smiles at you.
You fool. I will never be satisfied, nor am I capable of being satisfied. If I could, I would drown you in the maelstrom of my nightmares. All of your fears, everything I could muster. My tentacles would twist and contort your throat as I fill you with visions and descriptions and desecrations of your home and your pitiful dreams that you've hold for the peace of your family. I take whatever cities, any home from you. I'd subjugate your children should I had the chance, and I would violate and destroy any armies you could muster against me. But you know, I'd keep you alive. Only you, so you could bear testament to my ultimate fury and revengeance.
Looks like the Baron got what he wanted out of you then.
Every day, I hold back insatiable carnal desires as I've released here temporarily for this court to prevent myself from becoming my uncle. I show you a taste of the monster I could be. Be thankful I choose not to be.
The crowd.
Don't oppose me again.
Make an intimidation check with advantage.
Meredith is smiling. She is so proud.
So
Oh, it's
gruesome.
so bad. It's an 11. Man.
He looks towards you. There's no visible effect that you've caused in his facial expression, but he, As the crowd disperses, he goes to grab his clothes. And after he dons them, there are some individuals who begin to shroud around him, all cloaked in blacks, that just begin to carry him outside.
Oh, and Valentino, before you go, should you like to know the real truth, I'm willing to tell you. Anytime.
He is carted outside. You hear screams. And he doesn't return.
I make my way to Jen. Just kind of stand next to him. Where's Eleonora? Kyle.
Eleonora is over in the corner, kind of sitting next to Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn has her hand on Eleonora's. And she looks stone-faced.
I will stand next to Lucian and just look up at him. You did what you had to do. Well done.
At a price I'm sure may not be worth it in the end. I challenged him. He accepted. I didn't have to, but I did.
I look down at the rock, the stone. Dread the world of a much greater evil. Sometimes you have to always walk that darker path anyway. Sacrifices must be made.
We'll see if the sacrifice was worth it in the end. I'm going to approach Eleonora slowly and sorrowfully. And when I get to her, I'll drop to my knees and put my hands on one of hers if she lets me.
She does not. You raise your hand to her, and she casts it aside. Not in any sort of fervor, but just almost
No.
flat.
I swear to you that I only revealed this side of myself to fight against an evil that would sway against our favor. I am not a monster. I fight against being one every day. These desires I have, I hold deep in my heart.
She takes a deep breath. I need time.
I understand. But I spoke only truth. Just so you know. It is my constant battle and struggle. But that does not deprive me of how I feel towards you and the tenderness I have for you. Don't mistake this demonstration as something it's not meant to be. I've tried to move past the things that have made me myself, but to do so would be denying myself completely. This curse I'm afflicted with and have inflicted upon you is more difficult for me than you might realize. If it only occurs to some people, it is damnation for me. I fight against this. I fight for you, for my people, my lands, and all folk. Because deep in my heart, I know we all share the same blood, regardless of position or station. It does not make me more valuable than others, but it does not remove me from the responsibility that I have been given or my house. I ran from it, and the Baron was left unchecked because of it. I ran because of my shame and my guilt, and the internal struggle I had with the satisfaction of my feelings.
She gets up and she just like she looks like she's in kind of like overload and just walks away.
That was about it. So I'll look at Gwendolyn. Well, Seeker, what do you think now that you've seen me?
You are more screwed up than I imagined. But I wasn't too far off.
Satisfied with yourself, then?
Satisfied is not a word I like to use.
Satiated.
I don't think that word applies here either.
Fine. I'll stand up.
I do not see you as a monster, like many would. My own adopted mother? Well, she considers for a moment before saying anything else.
I'm sure you could relate in some way.
Yes.
You can spare me the stories unless you feel it necessary.
Hmm.
It seems that I am the focus of many eyes this evening. You wouldn't want to draw a few to yourself.
I am already the subject of many unwanton eyes. I am the weak link by many of their standards. So it's already due to me.
And let's
If you
hope
need-
can... Sorry.
If you
Go ahead.
need to escape tonight, I know a place where you can be less scrutinized, should you wish.
This evening I will take my penance. As for you and your wink-link, perhaps you can find a good blacksmith to help you with that. I'll turn and walk away.
I follow with Lucian. I'm
What?
walking behind and just following him.
Why are you following me?
I promise that no harm will come to you.
I made a choice. I have to live with it.
And I made a promise.
Regardless. Eleonora and I will still be wed. Though, it may no longer be a happy marriage.
It can be. At least she knows who you are. If she were to be one with you, you to be one with her. Both sides must be accepted.
Is there guards around?
There are. They don't look so much like guards as much as like assassins,
Right,
honestly.
yeah, actually,
But
I don't need guards. I need to, Lady Sweetheart or whatever her name was. I need to speak with her.
real quick, we'll pan over to August. August, as you lay down and try to find some rest, you struggle and you toss and turn, the image of the red-cloaked individual just kind of haunting you in the slight waking dreams. But eventually, this is punctuated by Eleonora entering your room. And she walks in stone cold, almost rigid, and just lightly asks, August, are you awake?
Yeah.
Can I sit with you?
I scoot over in the bed so that I'm on one side.
She kind of assumes the other part of it. And you can see she's just kind of like zoned out. Do you know what was just going on?
I've been in here trying to sleep.
She briefly describes, in a very paraphrased manner, the events. And looks to you saying, how much of that were you aware of?
I can't quantify it. I was aware of a good chunk of it.
Is that what all of you went through?
No, that was reserved for the boys, especially Lucian. Like, really, especially Lucian. He was the only one that. But, he was the Baron's blood, but he was a filthy half-breed, And do a higher position than the Baron was entitled to. So there was a lot more personal animosity, I think, there.
I don't know how to talk about this yet. with him.
It's fine.
But-
You can take a nap.
But one of my... Never mind. She just kind of like rolls over. Not rolls over, just kind of like rests her head kind of on the pillow. Says, "Do you mind if I just sleep here for tonight?" Just don't want to be alone.
Do you sleep?
I try.
Yeah, me too. Don't really seem to sleep anymore. Kind of miss it.
I do too.
It's kind of a break, from everything.
I gotta reset. Just feels like one long, stretched out day.
Yeah. Really shit day.
She begins to sit there for a moment. At first, she takes kind of a meditative position, but then slinks into the bed. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Oh,
The two of you find rest. Meredith and Lucian, as we reach the tail end of the session, is there anything else you would like to do?
I suppose meander around the court and accept whatever praises due.
Mm-hmm.
Not really into it,
Yeah, absolutely.
but it is what is expected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'll receive several invites, but I'll politely decline.
Meredith will again kind of read the room,
Mm-hmm.
try to gain see any insight on like how they feel about the alliance.
Yeah. So for the sake of brevity, as we kind of reach the end, Shweethal calls for the attention. Lucian is approached by many an unseelie, and you have impressed many of them. Your tragedy is inspiring and beautiful. To the unseelie, the unpleasant emotions of life are what they see beauty in. And you have reflected their values in the best way that they've ever seen a mortal do. And Meredith, as you scan the room, everyone, and I mean everyone in the room, from minor to major players politically, is impressed enough with Lucian that they will not only allow the alliance, but many of them will probably participate. Pardon me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Even the eldest of the Baba Yaga, despite their hatred of you. The younger two do not convert, but the oldest one does. And as the votes are cast, the alliance is formed. They provide...
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think I achieved more than a majority vote.
That's what it feels like. That's definitely what it feels like. Meredith is proud.
Like a 99 percentile is what it feels like.
Yeah, Meredith is very proud. She does kind of walk with you throughout most of it. She doesn't say anything when they come to you and ask like they send their invites or anything. She doesn't say anything. But
Mhm.
she just watches you. Kind of like just knowing that this silently making the claim that Lucian is her coven.
Mhm.
And with everything going on, whenever it ends, when everything is done, she mentally checks in with Lucian and just a couple more steps. But this is done. And that's it.
I'm sure your political position is secure now.
Honestly, fuck the court. I just want to kill Mavis Reed.
Favor's important, but desire is more satisfying.
So in watching Mavis Reed squirm, and it's just that eerie darkness that kind of seeps in to your mind, Lucian, that you can feel that anger, but that sense of just that carnal desire to emit so much pain.
As the evening closes, your job accomplished over expectations. You all find rest in whatever form fits you, and a number of offers to assist you await. You all gain 2 levels.
Well, now I have to consider things.
They gain 2 levels, right? Because
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, you've kind of already yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, you guys get 2 levels. Technically, Meredith got 2 levels over
Yeah.
Feywild shit, so.
I was like, that would be ridiculous.
So. Thank you guys for watching this a little bit more grueling episode.
I hope you enjoyed this session.
Oh god.
Yes.
We will see you next Wednesday.
All right.